Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Madden 17 Road to Glory. And since last episode, I have grinded out all the new journey solos and obviously the limited time solos. But as you can see, we finished the journey. Didn't take too long, and I think EA mucked up in a fair few places because quite a lot of the solos, once you get towards the, I think it was the last bunch in here, in quite a few of these solos, you start with the ball. There's a minute on the clock. Your opponent has no timeouts and you're already in the lead. So I think it was about 4 or 5 of them in total. From what I remember anyway, I did these a few days ago. Where you literally go into the game, you kneel twice, you chew clock, and within the space of about 5-10 minutes, you get about 10-15k. So if you haven't done them yet, definitely go and do them. Because once you get past the first few, it's honestly not a challenge. It's impossible to fail it unless you pass. I think they've just programmed it wrong. I think what's supposed to happen is the other team starts with the ball. I don't know if they've changed that since I've done it, but for now, you might as well go in and do it quick because it is very, very easy. And one thing I was going to do, I saved all the packs from doing the journey. There was about 10 packs in total maybe. Went through, did every single pack. There were quite a few good packs in there. There was a legend pack. There was like a flashback pack, elite player packs. There was loads, and as you can see, I haven't got any in there. And the reason for that is I had something recorded with opening them, but it honestly was not worth putting into the video because the best player we got, obviously we got the 95 Stafford for completing the journey. Haven't used him yet. Thinking about using him pretty soon, but Steve McNair has just been so good. It's pretty hard to want to get rid of Stafford. To get rid of him, sorry, for Stafford. But the best player we got, as you can see, who's scrolling down, all golds. We got a Freeman collectible from the flashback pack. From the legend pack, we got a John Elway collectible. Literally the worst thing we could have got. And from, the best two pulls we got were a Jay Ajayi and an Adrian Peterson. And as you can see, individually, they are worth absolutely nothing. They were worth 30k max. Jay Ajayi and Adrian Peterson, I think he's worth about 3k now. So there, 5k. So we didn't get any pulls worthwhile, so I didn't think it was worth putting into the video. But with the gameplay in this episode, also found a little glitch in the head-to-head gameplay, which I'll show you when it pops up in a second. But one thing I do want to once again encourage you guys, ask questions down in the comments. It gives me something to talk about over the games rather than just commentating over the games, because I think if you just ask me for certain things during the games, then I'll be able to give a lot more information for you guys, hopefully make the game better for you guys, make it easier for you guys, things like that. I'm not saying I'm the best player in the world, because I'm definitely not, but I do know a fair few things about the game. It's just putting them into practice in the game I do find difficult. Also, we got the Vikings uniform. Don't know if that was last episode or not, but we did get that. Not worth too much, but it's something that is pretty nice to add to the club. 1.4 million. If you have any signings you do want me to make or players you want me to try out, do let me know. I'm thinking about that Latavius Murray. Quickly have a look at him. New running back, 95 overall. Apparently he is very similar to DeMarco Murray, who quite a few people do go on about saying how good he is. So have a quick look at him, and then we'll get into some gameplay in this episode. Potentially getting through to the Super Bowl, or we'll do the Super Bowl next episode. So as you can see, got the Murray card here, bruising back, which is very important, and battle ready, which is probably one of the best running back chems I think you can get. I didn't think it was that good early on, but it really is, because tackle battles really are a huge part this year. But as you can see, very good tracking, good juke move. He's quicker than CJ Anderson. He's one worse carry, I don't think will make a difference, and a little bit less elusiveness. But he is 6'3" as opposed to 5'8", so he should be getting the sort of animations that Derrick Henry gets, which are very, very overpowered. So if you want me to pick him up for next episode, let me know down in the comments below. But for now, hopefully you guys have enjoyed. Drop a like on the video if you have. Subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. But we will jump into some very, very good gameplay. And this was the first time I'd ever actually come up against Mike Vick. So his top 3 players are pretty similar to mine. And that's not something I actually see very often. So I was quite worried, considering when you come up against Vic, you pretty much always have to put a spy out there. Otherwise, he's just going to roll out and he's going to destroy you. First play, I over-pursued the route. Would have been a nice, easy pick if I didn't. As you can see, I'm locking things up pretty nicely. He spends absolutely ages in the pocket. Had so many chances to roll out and make the most of Vic's speed there. He didn't, but that's pretty fortunate for me. He goes for the fake punt on the first drive. Gets absolutely nowhere because I changed coverage to a cover 2, I think. And his punter just can't throw it that far. And one theme of the episode is I can't get the run going. I'm going to try and get the run going as much as possible. Just can't do it, and I'm not sure why. CJ Anderson, to be honest, it wasn't his fault. The line were just not blocking whatsoever. And the line are very high rated. They're, I think, average 94 overall, and they just weren't blocking. But the passing was going pretty nicely with Dallas Clark, as per usual, picking up a touchdown for us. I mean, I absolutely love that card. I'm thinking of getting the 94 overall. I know I say it a lot, but this 90 overall has just been so good for me. I have not got a reason to change. On defence, locking him up pretty nicely here. He hasn't rolled out once with Michael Vick. He's sitting in the pocket and passing with him, which I'm thankful for, to be honest. It was making me... I didn't need to put a spy out there, which leaves me without that huge hole in the defence that I'm going to have to cover with my user. Cover 2 areas with the user if he's rolling out and I have to leave a spy there. But we're forcing the 3rd and 22. And I know Vic can obviously throw that far. In this formation, it looks like he's only got 2 players who are going to go deep. I've got them both pretty much fully covered. If he's going to send anything deep, it's not going to work out. He launches it deep and Sean Taylor comes up with the pick and actually makes him concede. So I didn't think someone with Vic was going to concede that easily, but they did. And moving on to... This is the little glitch I keep finding in head-to-head. This kept happening. It happened about 3 or 4 times in a row, and I just couldn't find an opponent. But I finally did, and it was this guy. Obviously, we have the way better team, so I think his team probably was around 90 overall. We're obviously... I think we're at 94, so it's only a little bit better, but it really does make a difference. Those 4 overall points make a huge difference when it comes to things like that. And on his first offensive play, he throws it straight to Levy. Levy was literally just sitting there minding his own business and he just picks it off easy as you like. So we're going to make our way upfield, try and get a touchdown pretty quickly, hopefully get another quick easy win. I mean, I do want to get good gameplay for you guys, but this episode is going to have a little bit of a theme of games never finish. I mean, I want to get 1 game per episode ideally, 1 long tough game per episode, but it just never works out. I always have to put 2 in because I don't think I've got all the way through to a 4th quarter in about 10-15 games, which is quite frustrating when you're trying to make videos. But anyway, we go over the play action here, launch it towards the end zone, and probably the worst read you're going to see today. Straight to Terrell Suggs, who's not known for his zone coverage ability, but he does make the most of it there. But it was on his own 6-yard line. So I think we send 5 there. Usually only send 4, send 5, and we get a safety for that. So I'm not sure who our right end is. I think it's Jerry Hughes, I think his name is. And he has been playing lights out for me. I think he's one of the best 4-3 right ends in the game, and he really has been showing it. Here, another chance to use him. Definitely pick it up. Another pretty questionable read there. I knew I had the step on him, and I knew if I threw it to the inside, to the left a little bit, he wasn't going to catch it, only I could. So I went with that. Once again, playing it safe, just throwing it to the guy who is 100% open. The line's given us a lot of time in the passing game, which I am liking. But in the running game, as you can see, we very, very nearly get sacked there. The centre, Paradis, picks up a very good block, and it ends up coming up big, giving us the touchdown and giving Dallas Clark once again a touchdown. I'd love to see sort of a player stats screen so you can see how many touchdowns each player on your team has, sort of the lineman, how good their blocking is, how many sacks they've given up, things like that. It'd be great to see something like that. I think really would help the game. My opponent gets a nice first down on a screen there. Hate the screen. I think everybody hates coming up against screenplays just because usering them is so difficult. He definitely caught that on the sideline. Go back, rewind, check it was on the sideline. I couldn't even challenge the play. When it came up, it was like an automatic challenge thing, and it wasn't overturned. So couldn't believe that. Nearly get a pick on the following play, but this play, he comes down with the catch yet again. Thought I was going to get another pick. Very, very close This guy was just coming up with so many catches. We are up 9-0 over the middle. Nice user lurk there, and we weave in and out of 2-3 tackles, and I knew at this point it's game over. He switches onto the lineman whose speed goes absolutely nowhere, and that's a great pick six for Dion Jones, and he causes another rage quit. So we're going to go into a third game this episode just because there hasn't been enough gameplay time yet, I don't think. I mean, I'm including pretty much every play that's worthwhile in these gameplays, but it's just not coming up, with enough time. We're coming up against a pretty decent team here. Obviously, once again, not as good as ours. I think I've only played someone who has a team as good as ours a few times, which is quite nice to see. I know I'm not in the higher divisions because I don't play that much head-to-head, but I still thought more people would have around this overall where I am. I think I'm in All-Pro first. Looking to go to the Super Bowl up to... I'm guessing it'll be all Madden, maybe, or Pro. I'm not sure exactly because I'm not too fussed on that side of it. But anyway, moving down the field, going to go with the mesh play. This guy was sending a lot of mid-blitz. As you can see, he's sending 6 a lot of the time. So we have to get passes off quick. And if I have to get passes off quick, I'm going to go to a play that I know very well. I know the mesh play, if he's going to go with mid-blitz, is going to be open because it's man coverage as well. And he is not adjusting anything. The only thing he's sort of adjusting is making his middle linebacker play a deep zone every now and again instead of the zone over the middle. But if I'm going to have to get quick passes off, that's what I'm going to do. Because if I go for not quick passes, that's going to happen. He's going to get in very quick. He got in within a split second there. Nothing I could do. Once again, I'm going to put a guy straight over the middle, and it does come off. That's Julio Jones for you. I'm looking at upgrading his card as well, but with 1.4 mil, it does seem like a lot, but when you want to upgrade to the top tier players, you can only get 1 or 2 for that. So I'm picking that very carefully. He's going to go deep here, and luckily overthrown. I think it might have been a pick if it was not. And one player I am thinking of maybe changing is Paul Krause. I'm thinking of going back to Cam Chancellor just for the Seattle Chem because it will get Bobby Wagner up a little bit. And I'm also looking to get Richard Sherman as a corner instead of Jalen Ramsey. Even though Ramsey has been very good, it'll help chemistries once again for Bobby Wagner. But my opponent went for a 4th down there. He could have easily got the 4th down, but he ran into Darius Slay. I think Slay made a huge play there and comes up big for us. 7-0. As you can see, the video's coming towards the end. We make the 1st down and my opponent ends up quitting. So we get 3 games, 3 wins. We're up to the Super Bowl, I think, in the next episode. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this episode and will enjoy the Super Bowl in the next one. If you have, drop a like on it, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys soon for another video.